If you've ever bought a cheap used car that turned into a nightmare, you're not alone. Thousands of smart, careful people have fallen into that same trap thinking they found a deal, only to end up with a money pit. But today, I'm going to show you the other side of that story. 5 forgotten cars under $8,000 that were truly built to last. These are the kinds of cars your mechanic secretly respects, the ones that start every morning, rack up 300,000 miles, and just keep going. We've looked at consumer reports, iSeeCars, and RepairPal ratings, plus owner stories from the real world. These models aren't trendy, but they're the kind of old-school machines that quietly deliver reliability and peace of mind year after year. So if you're tired of worrying about repairs and you just want a solid car that'll outlast the payment book, stay with me because these 5 are the best money you can spend in 2025. Let's start with a true American workhorse, the Chevrolet Impala. Between 2009 and 2013, this car quietly built a reputation for being one of the most durable sedans ever to come out of Detroit. The Impala was the favorite of police departments, taxi fleets, and highway commuters for one simple reason: it just doesn't quit. Its 3.5L or 3.9L V6 engine is one of GM's most bulletproof powertrains, easily reaching 250,000 to 300,000 miles with only regular oil and transmission fluid changes. Parts are everywhere, repairs are simple, and every small-town mechanic knows how to work on one. Inside, it's not luxurious, but it's comfortable, quiet, and built for long drives. The suspension is soft, the seats are wide, and it delivers that smooth, old-school American ride people miss today. Still, there are a few things to watch for. Some models had transmission solenoid issues, so make sure it shifts smoothly during a test drive. Rear wheel bearings and ABS sensors are also known weak spots after 100,000 miles, and the interior trim tends to wear faster than average, but those are cosmetic issues, not deal breakers. According to iSeeCars and RepairPal, annual maintenance costs average around $450, which is impressively low for a full-size sedan. And the best part? As of October 2025, clean, low-mileage examples can still be found for between $4,000 and $6,500. If what you want is a big, dependable car that starts every morning, takes you anywhere, and won't destroy your budget, the Impala remains one of the best-kept secrets in the used car market. Next up is a car that's quietly earned a cult following among people who drive through snow, dirt roads, or simply want something that just keeps going: the Subaru Legacy. The 2008 to 2012 non-turbo models, especially the 2.5-liter four-cylinder versions, are some of the most dependable Subarus ever built. They combine all-wheel drive confidence with a simple, old-school mechanical design that's easy to maintain and built to survive harsh weather. On the road, the Legacy feels solid and secure. Its symmetrical AWD system gives it excellent grip even on wet or icy roads, and the ride is calm and composed. It's the kind of car that feels planted, the one you'd want on a long trip or during a snowstorm. Inside, it's simple but well-built, with enough comfort and visibility to make daily driving pleasant, even after many years. Of course, no car is perfect, and the Legacy does have some things you need to watch for. Earlier versions of the 2.5 engine were known for potential head gasket leaks, especially if maintenance was neglected. The good news is that by this generation, Subaru had largely improved the design, so if you find one with a full service history and no overheating signs, you're usually in good shape. Other minor wear items include front control arm bushings and exhaust rust in northern states. According to RepairPal and Consumer Reports, annual maintenance costs average around $500 to $550, which is reasonable for an AWD vehicle. As of October 2025, you can find well-kept models in the $5,500 to $7,500 range, depending on mileage and condition. The Legacy is perfect for anyone who values traction, safety, and reliability over flashy looks. It's a car that quietly earns your trust and then proves it mile after mile. Next on our list is the Toyota Avalon, a car that many people forget about, but those who own one almost never want to let it go. Between 2008 and 2012, the Avalon was essentially a Lexus without the badge. It shared Toyota's legendary 3.5-liter V6 engine and a silky automatic transmission that together created one of the most reliable full-size sedans of the 21st century. What makes the Avalon special is how effortlessly it combines comfort, longevity, and simplicity. The 3.5L V6 is powerful yet refined, and with basic maintenance, it can easily exceed 300,000 miles without major issues. The ride is whisper quiet, the suspension smooths out every bump, and the cabin feels roomy, elegant, and built to last. It's a car that doesn't need to prove anything. It just works, day after day, year after year. Mechanics often say the Avalon represents the peak of Toyota engineering before everything got more complicated with turbos and electronics. It's from that era when overbuilt wasn't a marketing slogan, it was the standard. Of course, even the mighty Avalon has its weak spots. The rear struts and bushings may wear out around 120,000 miles, and some owners report dashboard cracking under strong sun, especially in southern states. The oxygen sensors and EGR valves can also fail over time, but these are simple and affordable fixes. According to IC Cars and Repair Pal, the Avalon's annual maintenance cost averages around $450 to $500, which is very reasonable for a large V6-powered sedan. As of October 2025, you can still find well-maintained examples between $6,000 and $8,000, often owned by retirees who babied the car. If you want Lexus-like comfort, bulletproof reliability, and the peace of mind of owning something built to last, the Avalon is one of the smartest used car purchases you can make today. Now let's talk about a car that defined quiet strength in the late 2000s, the Buick Lacrosse. The first-generation models from 2008 to 2011, especially those with the legendary 3.8-liter V6 engine, are among the last true examples of old-school American dependability. This engine, known internally as the 3800, has a reputation that goes back decades. It's smooth, torquey, and practically unkillable when maintained. The Lacrosse was never flashy, and that's part of its charm. It was designed for comfort, not attention. Inside, you get a plush, soft ride, wide seats, and a cabin focused on quietness. It feels more like a living room on wheels than a performance car, but that's exactly what many owners loved about it. The transmission is simple, the electronics are minimal, and it uses parts that are still cheap and easy to find at any parts store in America. Mechanics often call the 3.8L V6 one of GM's most reliable engines ever built. It can easily reach 300,000 miles or more with regular oil changes. And when something does break, repairs are usually straightforward and inexpensive. But let's be honest, the Lacrosse isn't perfect. The intake manifold gasket is a known weak point in this generation, and if it leaks, it can cause coolant loss, something worth checking before buying. The suspension bushings and motor mounts may also wear out around 120,000 miles, leading to clunks or vibrations. And the styling is plain by today's standards, which is probably why these cars are still affordable. According to Repair Pal, the average annual maintenance cost sits around $430, making it one of the cheapest large sedans to own. As of October 2025, clean examples of the 3.8L version typically range between $4,000 and $6,000. If you want a car that rides smooth, costs little to fix, and carries the spirit of, "They don't build them like this anymore," the Buick Lacrosse is an underrated gem that deserves more respect. If you've made it this far, I can tell you really care about cars that last. But don't go anywhere yet, because we've still got one more car to talk about, and it might just be the best value of them all. Before we get to it, I want to hear from you. What's the most reliable car you've ever owned? Or maybe you've had one of the models we mentioned today. How did it hold up for you? Drop your story in the comments below, because your experience helps others make smarter choices too. And while you're here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with a friend who's hunting for a solid car under $8 grand. All right, let's move on to the last one. And finally, let's talk about one of the most overlooked gems in the used car world, the Hyundai Azera. Between 2011 and 2014, this full-size sedan quietly offered luxury-level comfort and reliability for half the price of its Japanese competitors. Back then, most people ignored it, chasing Camrys and Avalons. But here's the truth. The Azera aged far better than anyone expected. Under the hood, you'll find a 3.3 or 3.8-liter V6, both engines known for their smoothness and durability. They deliver strong performance without the fragile turbos or overcomplicated electronics found in newer cars. With regular maintenance, these powertrains can easily cross 250,000 miles, and they're paired with a 6-speed automatic that's proven to be dependable. Inside, the Azera feels far more premium than its price suggests: soft leather, quiet cabin, and features you'd only expect in luxury cars a decade ago. It's one of those cars that makes you wonder why it never got the respect it deserved. Now, every used car has a few things to check, and the Azera is no exception. Keep an eye on valve cover gasket leaks and motor mounts, which tend to wear out around 120,000 miles. Some owners also report suspension noise on rough roads, usually simple fixes like bushings or struts. The infotainment screen can fail occasionally, but replacements are affordable through aftermarket parts. According to RepairPal, the average annual maintenance cost is around $480, and as of October 2025, you can find clean, low-mileage Azeras between $6,000 and $8,000. That's an incredible deal for what you're getting: space, power, and comfort that rival cars twice the price. If you're looking for a hidden luxury sedan that doesn't break the bank and was built to go the distance, the Hyundai Azera is one of the smartest choices you can make. It's not flashy, but it's solid, honest, and built to quietly outlast your expectations. And that's proof that you don't need a new car to have peace of mind. Sometimes the smartest buy isn't what's shiny and modern, but what's proven itself year after year. These are the cars that remind us that real value comes from reliability, not price tags. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who still believes good cars are gone, because they're not. They're just a little older and a lot smarter.